Have you ever set out on a quiet morning only to stumble upon something that changes your entire day? That's exactly what happened to Mateo, an ordinary guy with a camera looking to capture some footage for a personal project. Little did he know, his routine visit to the city's harbor was about to take a thrilling turn. As the morning sun gently illuminated the calm waters, Mateo noticed something strange, a small brown scaly object floating just beneath the surface. Intrigued, he zoomed in with his camera, hoping to get a better look. What seemed like a simple curiosity soon revealed itself to be part of something much larger, something lurking in the depths below. Just as he began filming, a loud bang echoed from a nearby fishing vessel, startling both the fisherman and Mateo alike. What started as a calm morning quickly escalated into a chaotic scene as the mysterious object in the water began to move, unsettling the boat and everyone on it. Mateo's camera captured every tense moment, but nothing could prepare him or the fisherman for what would happen next. Stay tuned as we unravel the mystery behind this strange encounter, a discovery that would leave everyone involved questioning what lies beneath the surface. If you're ready for a story filled with unexpected twists and heart-pounding moments, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you won't miss a single second of this incredible adventure. The small brown object that had protruded from the water earlier had now significantly increased in size, expanding by at least tenfold. It now spanned several feet in length, providing some explanation for the earlier bang. While the local fishermen acknowledged Mateo's presence, they seemed oblivious to the object he was gesturing towards. Perceiving his hand movements merely as part of his greeting, they proceeded with securing ropes and preparing equipment for their impending sea voyage. However, their activities were abruptly halted by a sudden loud bang, eliciting an unexpected startle from the fisherman. Intuitively, Mateo could already surmise the source of the disturbance. Peering through the camera's viewfinder, Mateo quickly located the brown object in the water. Yet, as he focused his attention, he noticed an unexpected development. The object exhibited movement, albeit subtle, above the waterline. However, Mateo discerned that beneath the surface, more significant activity was transpiring. This realization struck him as he observed the fishing boat being jostled by the disturbance. The local fishermen were startled by the unexpected movement of their boat. What began as slight tremors escalated rapidly, causing the entire vessel to sway violently. Frantically, the fishermen scattered across the deck, gripping the railings with clenched hands to maintain their balance. Mateo observed the confusion etched on their faces as they struggled to stay upright. "What on earth is happening, guys?" one of the men exclaimed amidst the chaos. Initially silent, Mateo redirected his camera towards the water in an attempt to ascertain the source of the disturbance. However, as the lens of Mateo's recording device zoomed in on the water once more, the 45-year-old cameraman was suddenly startled. The small brown object that had protruded from the water earlier had now significantly increased in size, expanding by at least tenfold. It now spanned several feet in length, providing some explanation for the earlier bang. The fishermen were at a loss to identify the creature before them. As it emerged further from the water, revealing its massive form, it became apparent that it was at least 60 feet in length. Its predominantly brown hue was adorned with lighter spots, while small spikes protruded along its back. Mateo's confusion only deepened with each passing moment, prompting him to turn to the fishermen for any insight they might offer. "Have any of you ever seen anything like this before?" he inquired, hoping for some semblance of an explanation amidst the bewildering spectacle. As the men leaned over the edge of their vessel, scrutinizing every aspect of the creature below, Mateo observed their expressions with growing concern. Despite their years of experience at sea, None of them could offer any insight into the identity of the mysterious creature. The confusion and fear etched on their faces mirrored Mateo's own feelings, amplifying the sense of unease that permeated the air. It was a moment of collective bewilderment as they grappled with the inexplicable presence of this unfamiliar sea giant. The fishermen were reluctant to come into contact with the creature, preferring to keep their distance. However, their desire to steer clear of the animal seemed to have little effect on its intentions. Ignoring their unease, the creature continued to assert its presence. Bubbles began to churn in the water once more, propelling the massive animal forward. With deliberate movements, it encircled the weathered fishing boat, its imposing form casting a shadow over the vessel. The abrupt activity in the water reignited panic among the men aboard the vessel. Their fear intensified, and they were desperate to put distance between themselves and the aquatic behemoth. The lead fisherman promptly commanded his crew to raise the anchor and prepare to set sail. Responding with an enthusiastic, "Aye, aye, Captain," reminiscent of scenes from movies, they swiftly got to work. However, they were in for a surprise. As the fishermen busied themselves with preparations to depart, Mateo remained focused on capturing every moment with his camera. From the safety of the shore, he continued to film the mysterious creature, determined to uncover its identity. Each frame he recorded added to the suspense, and Mateo anxiously anticipated what would unfold next. As Mateo continued filming the creature's movements, he couldn't shake the feeling that something was amiss. Unlike typical ocean creatures, which would instinctively retreat into deeper waters at the sound of a boat motor, this giant creature remained eerily placid. Its unnaturally calm demeanor raised Mateo's suspicions, prompting him to scrutinize its behavior even more closely. Mateo couldn't shake off his bewilderment at the creature's serene demeanor amidst the chaos. Its tranquil drift, seemingly unaffected by the bustling activity around it, defied all logic. Just as the boat was about to power up its engines to depart the harbor, Mateo felt compelled to act. He urgently called out to the fishermen, pleading with them to pause their preparations. There was something he needed to share, something he had unearthed amidst the strange spectacle before them. "Stop! Halt everything!" Mateo's voice rang out over the roar of the boat's engine. Barely audible, but urgent enough to catch the attention of the lead fisherman. The man turned to face Mateo, his expression a mix of surprise and curiosity. "Cut the engine, I need to talk to you." Mateo's voice carried a sense of urgency as he repeated his plea. The lead fisherman nodded in understanding, responding to Mateo's command by signaling for the engine to be shut down. The other 5 fishermen quickly followed suit, obediently powering down the boat's engine. Mateo observed with fascination as the crew worked together seamlessly, even capturing their synchronized actions on film. As the engine fell silent, all 6 men gathered at the edge of the boat, their attention focused on Mateo. "What's the matter, sir?" they inquired, their curiosity piqued. Mateo gestured for them to join him in observing the creature more closely. Mateo gestured toward the creature in the water, drawing the crew's attention to its tail. He pointed out that the animal's movement wasn't typical for a fish. "Notice how the tail fin isn't moving side to side like a normal fish," he explained, "but it's also not moving up and down. It's just stationary, yet the creature is still propelling forward. That shouldn't be possible." The crew nodded in agreement, acknowledging the peculiarity of the situation. They turned to Mateo, curious about his conclusion. Mateo embarked on an experiment at the harbor using a selfie stick to lower his camera into the water. Upon reviewing the footage, he was visibly shaken by what he saw: a dead young sperm whale with unusual features, including spikes and discoloration. The lead fisherman confirmed the whale's death was due to an explosion which had caused severe damage. The fishermen, aware of rumors, quickly began the process of removing the whale from the water, their actions revealing the gravity of the situation. Mateo and the fishermen managed to pull the dead sperm whale onto their boat, revealing the extent of damage caused by an explosion. The crew expressed deep sorrow over the incident, and Mateo, confused by the situation, sought answers from Diego, the captain. Diego explained that illegal fishing operations using explosives were likely responsible for the whale's death and posed a threat to marine life and ecosystems. Motivated to stop these activities, the crew decided to take action. Mateo contacted the authorities, and soon after, police arrived to investigate the situation further. In less than 30 minutes, the sleek police vessels caught up with the sturdy fishing boat. Law enforcement officials swiftly boarded the vessel and were confronted with the sight of the stranded whale. Mateo and Diego provided detailed accounts of their discovery, outlining their suspicions regarding the illegal fishing activities. With the information at hand, the pursuit of the culprits began promptly, and it didn't take long for them to be apprehended. As soon as the explanation to the police concluded, the boat's sonar device detected a massive spike in the water. These were the most significant vibrations ever recorded by their onboard computer, suggesting that the explosion had occurred nearby. The police officers and fishermen exchanged determined looks, realizing that they now had a real opportunity to apprehend the perpetrator. It was a crucial moment, and they knew they had to act swiftly if they were to succeed in capturing the culprit. With a sharp blast of his whistle, Captain Diego signaled his crew to navigate towards deeper waters. Knowing that these elusive criminals likely operated far from shore, venturing into the open ocean presented their best chance of apprehending them. Captain Diego's strategic decision soon proved fortuitous as the next clue to the criminals' whereabouts materialized before them. As both the police officer vessel and Captain Diego's fishing boat advanced towards the origin of the vibrations, their onboard sonar confirmed their progress. However, the most compelling evidence that they were on the right track materialized unexpectedly. Mateo, filming the tranquil ocean ahead, witnessed waves beginning to form directly in front of the boat. Initially small, they rapidly swelled in size. In a moment of determination, Mateo suddenly spotted something in the distance. Though not immediately apparent to all, he utilized the zoom function on his camera to discern more than the average observer. A substantial column of water erupted on the horizon. Mateo pointed out the strange occurrence to those on board, and they concurred that such an event could only result from a significant explosion. With the explosion as their beacon, the criminals inadvertently revealed their location, leading the team straight to them. Diego wasted no time pushing his ship into overdrive as they raced toward the source of the blast. The situation was a mix of excitement and fear, particularly for Mateo, who was just an ordinary civilian. The wildest thing he'd ever done was climb a moderate-sized mountain, making the pursuit of criminals a thrilling departure from his usual activities. As the boat drew nearer, Mateo witnessed the devastating environmental impact of the explosions. Dead fish littered the surface of the water, their lifeless bodies surrounding the boat. But it wasn't just the fish population suffering. Large chunks of coral reef were also dislodged and floated to the surface. The scene was overwhelming, and they still had a considerable distance to cover before reaching their target. Mateo expressed his anguish, wiping away tears as he surveyed the devastation caused by the criminals. The destruction was incomprehensible to him. The selfishness behind it was beyond belief. He couldn't fathom how anyone could prioritize easy money over the precious life they were destroying. "We must apprehend these individuals," Mateo declared with anger in his voice. As Mateo contemplated his role in the upcoming arrest, he glanced down at his camera and had a revelation. While he might not physically assist in the capture of the criminals, he could still play a crucial role. Realizing the value of the footage he had captured, Mateo resolved to share it with the authorities. Perhaps his recordings could serve as vital evidence in exposing the criminal activities they were witnessing. This decision would prove to be pivotal in the days to come. Mateo, despite the emotional toll it took, continued filming the devastation around them. He captured the sight of dead coral reefs drifting alongside their boat and the grim aftermath of the explosion on the marine life. While these shots were difficult to capture, Mateo understood their importance as evidence. However, the true breakthrough came when he spotted the criminals' fishing boat for the first time. This was the crucial piece of evidence they needed to bring these illegal activities to light. Captain Diego coordinated with the police to approach the mysterious boat, and they executed their plan seamlessly. Mateo was granted permission to accompany them, tasked with documenting the operation from a safe distance. As the police boarded the vessel and apprehended the fishermen, Mateo captured everything on camera. What they found in the cargo space was staggering. More fish than Mateo had ever seen before, confirming the extent of the illegal operation. The fishermen vehemently denied any involvement in illegal activities, claiming ignorance of any explosions in the vicinity. Their defiant stance initially seemed disheartening, but the discovery of explosive charges hidden on the boat shifted the tide. With this crucial evidence in hand, the police had grounds for arrest. Mateo diligently recorded every moment, knowing the significance of his footage in securing justice. As the day in court arrived, 1 week later, the criminals appeared in orange jumpsuits chained to their tables. Mateo was also present, summoned as a key witness since he had documented the entire operation. Initially, the illegal fishermen displayed confidence, wearing smirks on their faces. However, their demeanor quickly changed once Mateo presented the judge with his video evidence. Mateo's shared footage served as a comprehensive documentation of all their wrongdoings, presenting a clear narrative from the harbor to the ship. With this perfect chronological evidence, the judge had more than enough to conclude the case. Before making his final call, the judge expressed gratitude to Mateo for his diligent efforts. "Nobody would have believed this without your clever thinking and excellent camera work," he remarked. With a decisive slam of his gavel, the judge pronounced the men guilty. Mateo's life took an unexpected turn towards the spotlight a few days after the trial concluded, all thanks to his filmmaking skills. His morning started like any other, with no hint of fame on the horizon. However, a friend's excited call changed everything. "Oh, mate, you're famous. Check the paper." Intrigued and slightly bewildered, Mateo made his way to his mailbox, where he found the day's newspaper awaiting him. Opening the paper, Mateo was greeted by the shocking sight of his camera footage dominating the front page. His image of the dead whale was displayed prominently, accompanied by an article that mentioned Mateo by name and hailed him as a local hero. According to the newspaper, the footage captured by Mateo played a pivotal role in uncovering what was described as the largest illegal fishing operation ever caught. Mateo's quick thinking, coupled with the bravery of a few local fishermen, led to this monumental discovery. And the impact of Mateo's actions extended far beyond the confines of the courtroom. The incident sparked a wave of awareness throughout the region, prompting communities from all along the coast to come together to ensure that such an environmental disaster would never occur again. Their collective efforts even caught the attention of major environmental organizations. Mateo felt proud that his actions had sparked such a large-scale operation. Not long ago, he was just a regular civilian with a camera in the right place at the right time. Now he found himself at the forefront of change, the catalyst for something much larger than himself. Mateo was frequently invited to speak at local environmental events, where he typically delivered a few opening remarks before passing the microphone to the real experts. The judge imposed a significant fine along with a 15-year prison sentence, the maximum penalty. Everyone present in the courtroom that day agreed that Mateo's evidence warranted such a verdict. Mateo's story demonstrated that anyone could be a hero by making an effort to enact change. And the impact of that change was felt not only by the environment, but also by the criminals responsible for the destruction. The verdict sent a powerful message to potential offenders about the repercussions of exploiting marine life and ecosystems for financial gain. The sentencing wasn't just a triumph for Mateo and the local fishermen who assisted in apprehending the criminals. It was a triumph for the entire marine conservation movement. It highlighted the significance of safeguarding the oceans and their inhabitants and showcased the effectiveness of individual initiative combined with community backing in driving meaningful change.